On February 16, 2011, Frank Ocean debuted his first mixtape, Nostalgia Ultra. The album is incredible, and for me, it's one of my island albums. You know, the hypothetical where you're asked, okay, if you could bring 5 or 10 albums to a desert island to live for a long period of time, what would they be? Well, I'll say that this would make it, if it's 10 albums, it makes it, maybe not at 5, but definitely at 10, this album would make it. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it, whether that's YouTube, Spotify, or download it from iTunes. Totally worth it. One of the songs, We All Try, which is currently the instrumental in this intro, talks about a holy host of things under the sun and is one of my favorite songs from that album. The chorus, as it were, goes, I still believe in man, a wise man asked me why, because I just don't believe we're wicked. I know that we sin, but I do believe we try. We all try, the girls try, the boys try, women try, men try, you and I try, we all try. This episode is about the idea of trying and what that means. Because, well, as a wise man said, there is no try. I'm Jarrett Carpenter, and this is Wi-Fi and Water. On May 21st, 1980, The Empire Strikes Back was released in the United States. This was the follow-up to the super successful A New Hope, which came out in 1977. Now, when most people think of The Empire Strikes Back, they think of the classic scene where Luke finds out from Darth Vader that Vader's his father, and Vader cuts off his arm, and that is the melodrama from the movie. However, there's another part of the movie which we're going to talk about today. It's a scene where Yoda has Luke out on a distant planet, and he's trying to teach him how to use the Force, how to harness his own thoughts to be able to then influence and move other objects, what have you. In this scene, he's trying to get Luke to be able to raise his X-Wing, which is like Luke's fighter plane, from a swamp. And in this scene, we learn the lesson that really shapes today's episode.
Master, moving stones around is one thing. This is totally different.
No different. Only different in your mind. You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
There is no try. You're either doing or you're not. It's even interesting how we'll often say, I'm really trying, I'm doing my best, all in the same sentence, when really they're two separate ideas. You're either doing something or you're not. This idea of trying as a societally accepted notion of, well, he, she, they are doing their best is just whack. This notion of trying might make us feel better, but really it's missing the point. And the point is simple. Either you're doing something and giving it your best, or you're not. You're either eating more greens, or you're not. You can't be trying to eat more salads for lunch and then go to the taco truck every day for lunch. These things don't add up. You're either trying to get 8 hours of sleep or you're not. You're either going to the gym or you're not. You're either getting back in shape or you're not. You're not trying to get back in shape. You're either doing it or you're just not. And anyone who's listening to this knows whether it's going on a walk, going on a hike, going on a jog, bike ride, doing yoga, weightlifting, rock climbing, whatever activity you're using to stay in shape, you're either doing it or you're not. And most times, the hardest part is just going to the gym, starting to get out on the jog, and after a mile you forget. Because the hardest workout, or the one that we most regret, is the one that we don't do. And I know that that's a cliche, and it's probably a bumper sticker somewhere, but it's kind of true. You're either drinking more water or you're not. You either bought that reusable mug you've been looking on online, the reusable bottle to help you drink more water, or you're not. Doing is an intentional thing. Trying is just lazy. You're either reading more or you're not. You're either reading that book you got for Christmas, and now it's almost Thanksgiving or the following year, or you're not. You're either picking up that phone, you're all probably listening to this on your smartphone, and calling that college friend that you've been meaning to talk to since 2018. Well, it's 2020, so you're not trying, you're just not calling. You're either meditating or you're not. These are simple things, and I think the simple things are the most difficult. So doing or to do doesn't need all the planning we think it does. It just needs good old action. So where does this come up for you? What are you saying you're trying to do and really not doing? What are the things that are on your to-do list in your iPhone notes that you're just not doing? It's enough of trying, and it's time for action. So what do you need to do? I hope that you enjoyed this episode. It's my attempt at a first QuickPod, and if you'd like to be a guest or have a future idea for an episode, a full episode or a QuickPod, please reach out. You can find us at Wifi Water Podcast on Facebook and Instagram.